Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eno. In today's video, we look at how we can create or how we can add new users and groups in Linux Mint. And we'll also see how we can delete or remove a group or a user. I'm going to be working on the terminal, so let me go ahead and open the terminal here. So I'll be running the commands, the examples on this terminal. So every user has a user ID and a group ID. So when we create a new user, by default, the value that starts is 1000 for the user ID. If the user is the root user, the ID is going to be 0. Now, some useful commands you can use to check the ID values is to use ID. And this should show you the user ID here. As you can see, we have user ID 1000 and then the group ID 1000. So the name of the user and the name of the group is also the same by default. You can also use groups to view the groups that user belongs to. Some other useful commands that we can use when trying to see who's logged in. You can use, for instance, who am I? This should tell you who you're logged in as. And if you want to see all the users that are logged into the machine currently, we can use who. So we see we have 2 users logged in, myself and another user. To see the users as well as what they are running, you can use W here. It shows me the user, and then here you can see the sessions. Now, when it comes to adding a new user, there's 2 commands we can use, and the commands are add user and user add. The preferred command is add user because this command adds the user as well as the home directory. The other one does not add the home directory. So before we add new users, there's a directory you can look at that shows all the users configured on the system. We can do cat c plus wd. These are all the users, and mostly you see that it's the applications that show here as users. And at the bottom, you see we have the user Eno here, as well as the user Jen. Let's go ahead and look at the groups. So it's clear. We can do cat etc group. This shows us all the groups configured on the system. At the bottom here, you have the group Eno, then the group Jen. Now, like I was saying, there's 2 commands to add a new user. We'll go with add user. So we'll say sudo add user, and we'll call the user Tom. Press enter. We'll need to input our password here. So it added the user Tom, the group Tom, and then it also created the home directory here, home Tom. Now you have to put the password for the user Tom, and then repeat the password. Let's say Tom. Press enter for everything else. For yes. Now if I do ID Tom, I have a user Tom, and if I clear this, if I do cat etc pass wd, at the bottom we have the new user as well as the home directory. Another way to check the home directory is to do ls/home, and these are the directories for the users. We have 3 of them, and there should also be a group that was added. We'll do cat etc group, and at the bottom you see the group Tom. So that's how you can add a new user. So when it comes to deleting or removing a user, the command we can use is, there's 2 commands we can use. There's deal user and then there's user deal. The preferred one is deal user. So we'll do sudo deal user, and what this one allows us to do is to remove both the user as well as the home directory. So we'll say remove home, and then we'll input the name of the user here, Tom, and remove the user Tom. So now if I do ID Tom, there is no user Tom, and if I do wd. At the bottom, you see that the user Tom is gone, and the group should also be gone. So the group Tom has been removed. Finally, let's look at the how to create a new group and how to remove it. So to add a new group, we'll use the add group command. Command is sudo add group. I'll call it my group. And it's added the group. We can just do cat, and it should be at the bottom where it is. There it is, and we can delete it. To remove it, all you have to do is sudo deal group, and my group was the name. Should be removed. It's no longer there. And one last thing I wanted to show is to show the man page for the two commands for adding a user. Like I said, there's two. There's add user and user add. So let's look at man user add. And at the bottom here, you'll see that it says user add is a low-level utility for adding users. On Debian, administrators should usually use add user. So add user is the preferred command for adding a new user. Quit, and we can do man add user. And under description, we see that there's description for add user and add group and what they can do for us. So that's all for this video. I hope this information has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.